Andrea Fasano here for Be Terrific, taking it to the floor at NAB 2016. And we are now standing with Joergen from Freedom360. We're in the VR area over here. Joergen, welcome to Be Terrific.
Welcome. Thanks you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us, I know our own Adam Holtz loves your rig and he's been using it for a while. So tell us about what you have going on here at NAB today.
So we're very happy to showcase basically our by now classic mount, the Freedom360 that holds our 6 GoPros, has been doing for many years now, still holding on strong, and everybody in the market likes it as well. We are also still featuring our broadcaster, which is also featured over at the Video Stage booth in the South Upper Hall. So if you want to see live broadcasting with actually our mount, it's been featured also at Intel. But the latest release we're actually going to have here is our collaboration with Backbone, and I hear you have them on tomorrow.
We do have Backbone on tomorrow, so this will be a good prelude to it.
Yep, so they're very exciting. So we use 3 Backbone modified cameras, Hero 4s of course, and we have them modified with Antenna lenses, the 220s, because they're incredible wide fisheye lenses. So we can actually reduce the amount of cameras down to 3 without sacrificing too much quality. So if you compare it to our classic mount, which gives us a max resolution of 6K 60, we still get 4K 60 out of 3 cameras, which is a really amazing feat in this context. And this allows us many different things. We can have only 3 cameras that we need to stitch, less data management, less stitch lines we need to worry, so the director can see basically we don't need to worry so much actors crossing seam lines. I can have one actor in one frame without having to worry about it. But it also allows us to orient it still in space because we still have a fully spherical camera system without the blind spot.
So you're saying you can mount it any which way?
Yes, so the directionality is totally irrelevant. So if you have, for example, a very wide field of view that you want to cover, and you want to have your talent go basically from this side of the camera to the other side of the camera, you mount it horizontally because those lenses have 220 degrees field of view, which means you can walk around without...
It's a clean line, right.
Without ever crossing a seam line. So it really takes away some of the worries we have to do in VR live capture.
That's excellent. And what made you join with Backbone specifically? Was it just the idea of the camera?
The idea with Backbone is that it allows us to do heavy-duty lens mounting because the antennas are heavy and that the standard GoPro mount is a little bit flimsy for the heavy antenna lenses, so they need a little bit substantial mounting behind it. The other advantage we have from the Backbones is the incredible thermal resistance. The cameras don't overheat anymore, so if you do a live broadcast, you don't want to change your cameras every 45 minutes because they decided to shut down because it's hot on stage or under the studio lights, and this allows us to basically let the camera run forever because they have this incredible, awesome heat sink in front.
Oh, that's great. I know you have something else going on here, a whole other company that you're talking about here at NAB. Tell us a little bit about it.
Our other company is Koncept VR, and let me put this away for a second. Koncept VR is a production studio that came basically from our experience creating camera mounts, creating content, and after a while we decided that there's so much demand for content out there, and we do have all this experience how to use our cameras, and I do have a filmmaking background. So I made crazy basically our Freedom360 mounts because I wanted to create movies. So we had actually so many requests coming in where people went, can you help us with the production? Can you do this and this and this? And we finally decided, you know what? We create a really distinct VR studio for this that creates incredible content for VR and really tries to push the bar out there because we see so many VR content out there and everything tries to hover around a demo level. We are about storytelling in VR. We want to bring the viewer into a new field. We want to show them something new. So we're showcasing some incredible experiences here. We do have the School of Rock demo that we did, or not demo actually, promotional video that was co-produced with Steam and Motion in the UK produced it. We did the camera work on it for his new musical on Broadway. So we filmed it in last September before the show launched on Broadway. And it skyrocketed on YouTube in the promotion. Like we had like the first couple of days 1.5 million views. And it takes the viewer into a really scripted environment for virtual reality where something happens all around us. And the important part about that piece is not only all around us, but we cover also the bottom and the top. There's something interesting happening. So it's like virtual reality all around you. We showcased the second piece that we produced for Disney and the Lion King. So it takes you basically on stage of the actual musical, and it lets you experience it from places that you've never been to.
That must be visually amazing.
Yes, absolutely, because it gives you a new view on it, because it shows you cannot. It's no, you don't sit in the audience anymore. You are on stage with the actors. You run with the animals on stage as they come on this. So it's a very eye-opening experience. A third experience I would like to mention is a recent piece we produced for the United Launch Alliance, which is actually a Delta IV rocket launch in angles that nobody else has ever seen before, because we placed multiple Freedom360 rigs on the launch pad for the launch as the rocket lifts off. And it's an incredible experience that like nothing else out there.
How easy has it been to get access? Because you're talking about some big names here that you've had access to just to put a 360 camera and give a different experience to the audience. So how easy has that been? Or difficult?
I have to gloat a little bit. It is not difficult. It is, people really seek us out for our experience that we have.
Do you think that they understand that you're trying to take VR to a place it hasn't gone before?
I very much hope so, yes. It shows really how storytelling is important as a filmmaker, and to really craft an experience really takes experience on what you did previously.
Now, do you have any ideas for original content?
We do work on several ideas. We need to basically work out the funding for original content, because it is a little bit more expensive to produce for VR than it is for traditional media. But we have several pieces cooking, not inked yet, but we keep our fingers crossed that something will happen soon.
So if people want to follow along with Koncept VR and see what's going on, what's in development, how do they do that? Do you have a website?
So easiest way is to just go to the website, konceptvr.com with a K, and also follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
Awesome. And you're out of New York, correct?
We are based in New York City. Everything is made in New York City.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm really excited about this. And we're definitely going to have people keep following you guys at Koncept VR, because I think, especially here at NAB, that whole VR world and kind of where it's going is a huge conversation to have here. So thank you so much. We appreciate having you on. Be terrific.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. You guys stay right there. So much more coming to you live from NAB 2016.